Time Division is a two-player head-to-head card drafting game where players will gather up their hand of cards and then play them strategically to use their abilities in order to gain cards that will give them influence and ultimately win the game. Each game is divided into the drafting and the playing phase. During drafting, not only are you getting cards for yourself, but also picking which goes to your opponent and which goes to a neutral third pile. During the play phase, cards are going to be either collected for their influence value, which is victory points, or they're going to be triggered for their abilities, which will manipulate the field. And critically, who has control over whether a card gets collected or its ability triggered is a major factor in the strategy. Each round, 2 cards are played, one from each player, and the card with the higher influence determines who's in control of the rest of the round. That player decides which card gets collected and which card's ability gets triggered. Now, the cards have tons of different triggered abilities, and in fact, the game has 3 eras with sort of increasingly complex card abilities, and it's designed that you can actually play it over the course of all 3 eras, kind of a mini campaign. That is really where the strategy is figuring out what card to play when, and when to trigger an ability versus when to take a card for influence. Now, the downside to that is there's a ton of iconography and it needs to be sort of thought through, but the best thing about this game is it is lightning quick. 6 hands after the draft and you are done. So it's a game that will benefit from repeated plays, but it's a game that really welcomes you playing it over and over again. On the whole, we actually really enjoyed this one and think that if you're up for a two-player head-to-head game with sort of an interesting twist and a very short playtime, you should definitely check out Time Division. And that's it. Hey, Meeple and I thank you for watching. If you want to see more of our reviews, please click on either of these playlists. One of them is our full-length review series, and the other one is Game in a Minute, where we tell you everything you need to know about a game in about 60 seconds. If you'd like to subscribe, please click the G and ring the bell so that you get a notification every time we publish. And if you like what we do and want to support us, please check out links to our Patreon below. We'll see you next game. Flesh and blood.